Okay, just a short video this time. After playing through Space Marine Adventures Labyrinth of the Necrons base game and doing the 3-level campaign with the 4 Marines from the base game, next up we're going to be doing the 5-level legendary campaign that you can only play if you've bought the 2 expansion packs, and they are the Recon mission and the Rescue mission. Now these are Barnes and Noble's exclusives, so if you live outside of the USA, it's going to be difficult to get hold of them. I had to buy them from someone on eBay in America, and it cost me quite a lot, to be honest. So the purpose of this video is when we do the 5-level legendary campaign, you can only take obviously 4 Marines with you and you have 1 in reserve. So we're going to look through the Marines and see if we can decide which Marines are the best ones to take. If anyone has played through it and has any views on the Marines, please comment below. I'd be interested to know your thoughts. So first of all, let's have a look at the Recon mission, and we'll start with probably the best Marine that is in the game now. It is Captain Chogan, who's a White Scar. He has a range of 4, but he has 5 actions. So he's the only Marine they've released, and probably the only Marine they are releasing, as I don't think there's going to be any more expansions for this game. But he has 5 actions. So yeah, first of all, that makes him, as I say, probably the best character in the game, because actions are key to everything, really. Some characters get 3 actions if they're within certain ranges of things, but he just gets 5 actions no matter what. And his war gear is really good as well. He has a plasma pistol and power sword. When Captain Chogan attacks, you can re-roll the dice if the result is a 1. You cannot re-roll a re-roll. So yeah, he'll basically have 5 attacks, and if you roll a 1, he gets to re-roll as well. So yeah, he's going to be killing lots of Necrons. So he's obviously a definite for taking on a legendary campaign mission. Next up, from the Recon mission, we have Brother Gallius. Now he's from the Hawk Lords Space Marine chapter, and he has a range of 6 and 4 actions, which is pretty much standard for most of the Marines in the game. And his war gear, he can perform 1 free attack in each of his turns, but only against a Necron that is within 4 squares of him. The problem I have with this character is that it kind of makes Brother Frostclaw from the base game a bit redundant, because it's pretty much the same ability as Brother Frostclaw's, but this guy can do it on Necrons that are within 4 squares of him, whereas Frostclaw can only do it against Necrons that's adjacent to him. So it kind of makes the Space Wolf a little bit redundant. But saying that, obviously Brother Gallius sounds like he'd be a good Marine to take on a mission. And then last we have Brother Baku from the Celestial Lions. Again, he has range 6 and 4 actions, so that's all pretty standard. Extra supplies. When choosing a special card for Brother Baku, draw an extra card and give him an extra card. So yeah, when you draw your cards at the start of the mission, you draw 2 for each Marine, so that'd be 8 cards. So now you'll draw 9 cards, and he would get to keep 2 of them. It's an interesting ability. I'm not sure it stands out that much. I mean, it could be useful depending on what cards you get, but I'm not sure he would be top of my list of Marines to take. And then if we switch to the rescue mission box, the 3 Marines in there. First of all, we have Brother Maxus. Again, he has range 6 and 4 actions, and his ability is extra ammunition. Brother Maxus can perform 1 free attack action in each of his turns, but only against a Necron that is not in an adjacent square to him. So yeah, that's another good ability. Extra attacks is kind of where it's at, really. The more dice you can roll, the more Necrons you can kill. So yeah, he would definitely be another one that I would consider taking. Then we've got Brother Bethor, who's a Dark Angel, and he has a range of 6 and 4 actions again, and his war gear is a plasma gun. When Brother Bethor attacks a Necron, you can choose to add 2 to the dice roll. However, if you roll a 1 for that attack, Brother Bethor is wounded as if a Necron had attacked him. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, adding 2 to a dice roll for the chance of being wounded, it does seem a bit risky, to be honest, especially knowing our rolls. Yeah, I don't know. He's kind of a high-risk character, isn't he, really? Could be useful for attacking the Necron Overlord, but there's not much point doing it if you're wounded, because you'd probably just end up dying. So yeah, probably one that I wouldn't take, to be honest. And then last of all, we have Brother Hermans, I don't know. He has a range 10, and he only has 3 actions, and he has a missile launcher. If Brother Hermanans has not moved this turn, add 1 to the dice roll when he attacks a Necron. So he's another character with 3 actions. I'm not a fan of them. I know the idea behind them is that they've got heavy weapons, so they're going to move slower. But I don't know. It does seem to really penalise them, to be honest. And the bonuses they get don't really seem to be that much better, as they have less dice to roll. Yes, they get +1 to a dice roll, but they can only roll 3 dice, whereas other characters can roll 4. Okay, so they're the 6 Marines from the expansion packs. Obviously, we've still got the 5 Marines you get in the base game. I'll just quickly go through them, just for a bit of comparison. So we've got Sergeant Cassius, who's got a range of 4 and 4 actions, but he gets to add +1 to his dice roll if there's a Necron next to him, because he's using his chainsword. Brother Frostclaw, he's got range of 6 and 4 actions, and he's got a combat knife. So he can perform 1 free attack action in each of his turns, but only against a Necron that is in an adjacent square. We've got Brother Gabriel, who has got the Auspex scanner, which is really handy, to be honest, because you can see what's coming up by revealing the next Necron card. Brother Grimm, again, he's got range 8 and 3 actions, and he has a heavy bolter, which gives him +1 against any Necron that's not adjacent to him. And the Marine we didn't use in the last mission, but would have come in if one of our Marines had died. He has a range of 3 and 3 actions, so he's got really poor range and a really low amount of actions. So he's got a Flamer. Each time you roll a 6 or more for Brother Infernus, when he attacks a Necron, every Necron in an adjacent square to the attacked Necron is also destroyed. So that's actually a really powerful ability, but it only triggers on a 6, and you only got a range of 3 and 3 actions. So I would say he's probably the worst Marine in the game. I haven't actually taken him on a mission to find out, but if anyone has, then yeah, let me know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he is pretty useful. So they're the 11 Marines we've got to choose from. Now, for the mission, you take 4 and you keep 1 in reserve. So if anyone's got any ideas, comment below. I mean, I would say for the actual team, so I'm kind of steering towards, obviously I'm going to take Captain Chogan, because as I say, he's probably the best Marine in the game. And to be honest, Brother Maximus, with his free attack action against Necrons that are not in an adjacent square, and Brother Gallius, with his free attack action against Necrons that are within 4 squares, both seem to be really good choices. From the 3 heavy weapon Marines, the ones that only have 3 actions, I would say Brother Grimm is probably the best one of them. It's followed by the Crimson Fist. Last of all, the Salamander with the Flamer. So I'd probably, for a heavy weapon Marine, I would probably take Brother Grimm. And from the rest of the Marines, I would probably say Sergeant Cassius is still a good choice. Brother Frostclaw's kind of been made a bit redundant, but Brother Gabriel's Auspex is also really handy. So that would leave me 6 Marines: Captain Chogan, Brother Maxis, Brother Gallius, Sergeant Cassius, Brother Gabriel, and Brother Grimm. Obviously, I can only take 4 on the mission and choose 1 as a reserve. I would probably drop Brother Grimm, to be honest. And then I would put Sergeant Cassius as the reserve, take Captain Chogan, Brother Maxis, Brother Gallius, and Brother Gabriel, and then have Sergeant Cassius coming in if one of those is wounded. So yeah, that's probably the Marines I'm going to take on the mission, but if anyone has any thoughts or better ideas, I'd love to hear them. So yeah, comment below, and hopefully in about 2 weeks' time, you'll start seeing the videos.